All right, in this session, we're going to talk about images for the web. In our last Kafka project, we put some images on the page. They were pre-sized for you. So we're going to first just talk about the image formats that we want to use for the web. So close that. I've got Photoshop open here, and I've got some layers. And today we're going to talk about pixel-based images. That means that our images are made up of little rectangles of color called pixels, and they're distinct from vector-based images, which are things like Illustrator, shapes, etc. And there are, of course, some vector tools in Photoshop as well, but today we're going to talk about pixels. And in general, we use RGB color. That means the colors we see are made up of red, green, and blue light. So that's what's being projected by our monitors, your phone screens, etc. And the primary formats we use for the web are three. They're called GIF or GIF, Graphic Interchange Format, JPEG, and PNG, which we call PNG. Our resolution is going to be 72 pixels per inch or 144 pixels per inch. We'll talk more about resolution in a little bit. And so again, when we do images for the web, we need to save them with the right suffix or appendage, whatever. JPG or JPEG for Joint Photographic Experts Group, GIF for Graphic Interchange Format, and PNG for Portable Network Graphics. Just like an HTML file needs to have .htm or .html, a CSS file needs .css, the image file needs to have the appropriate suffix for the kind of image that it is. I've also got an image here. This is near my house in Reading. Apparently we're well defended, so I feel safer just knowing that. And with an image, the first question we have really is like, how big is the image? How do I control its size when I put it on a web page? In Photoshop, if I zoom in on this, we'll see that it's going to tell me. Right now I'm looking at this image at 51.3% of its actual size. Okay. There's a couple ways you can control image or your view in Photoshop. The two most useful or frequently used are fit on screen, which is Command 0, and 100%, which is Command 1. So right now I'm at Command 0, it fits on the screen. When I go Command 1, it gets bigger, which basically means that now I'm displaying at 100%, whatever that means exactly. So we'll go back to 0. So if I stick it on a web page, what size is it going to be? Well, by default it's going to be 100%, so it's going to show up big, right? Or what I did, but 100%. So the main components of size have to do with the pixels. And if I zoom in on this, so just zoom, 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 and Command plus will zoom in. I can see as I zoom in, at some point I start seeing these little boxes. These are the individual pixels that make up the image. And each pixel only has one color. Zoom back out. And the more pixels, the more information I have in my image. So what I would like to do, and a good starting point whenever you're working on images for the web, is to find out what you've got as your starting point. This is one I took with my iPhone, so all my iPhone images are basically the same size, so let's see what it says. It's telling me that my image has 4,032 pixels horizontally, 3,024 pixels vertically, and it has a resolution of 72 pixels per inch. So pixels are, in this case, are pretty small. Each pixel is 1/72 of an inch, and we can change the resolution, we can change the width and the height. If I make bigger width, say I did 8,000 pixels, where's it going to get that information? It's just going to make it up. So we lose definition if we enlarge things in a program like Photoshop. It's not like a camera where presumably with different settings you could capture more information, or a scanner. Photoshop can't go find the original Canon and take a better picture. So we're kind of stuck with whatever we get when we took the picture originally. In general, we're going to use 72 pixels per inch for our web images. That still doesn't tell us exactly what size things are going to be, because in addition to the file having resolution, again pixels per inch, the display also has a resolution, which is not the same as the image. For instance, my laptop has a screen resolution of 220 pixels per inch. So the